Taghaabun refers to the mutual profit or loss. This is a name, other name that was given to the Yawm al-Qiyamah, because there is a party mutual profit or loss, because that is a day where a party will be getting a profit, the other party would be getting a loss. A profit here refers to getting into Jannah, and loss here refers to getting into Jahannam. And Allah says, glorifies to Allah whatever in the heavens and whatever in the earth, and to him belongs the dominion, and for him is all praise, and he is upon everything all powerful. And he is a person, he is the one who created you, and among you disbelievers, and among you believers. Some he has created as disbelievers, some as believers, and Allah, with whatever that you do, is all seer. And he created the heavens and the earth with the truth. He formed you and he made you in good of forms. That is the best method of creation that Allah has adopted to create human beings. And it is not just like that it has happened. Allah has fashioned you. And to him is the final return. And he knows whatever in the heavens and whatever in the earth, and he knows what you conceal and what you declare. And Allah is all knower of what is in the breast. Ahlam ya'atikum. Allah is saying, has not come to you the news of those who have disbelieved from before? Their history has recorded their end from before. So they tasted Bal amrihim, the bad consequence or the bad end of their affair, and for them is a punishment painful. That is because had come to them the messengers, their messengers with clear proofs. But they said, these very people said, whether Allah has sent human beings, shall human beings guide us? So they disbelieved and turned away. Wastahna. So can do without them Allah. Or you can say like that, or sufficient is Allah, or sufficient is Allah, and Allah is self-sufficient. Ghani is self-sufficient. Hamid is praiseworthy. Za'ama alladhina kafaru, claims those who disbelieve that they gives an open challenge and said, never they will be raised. They disbelieve on the concept of hereafter. Say, yes. Or you can translate this bala as, why not? By Allah, by my Lord, surely you will be raised. That is the answer for this. And surely you will be informed with what you did. And that is upon Allah. It's very easy. It's not a difficult task. The person who has created you for the very first time has all capabilities to repeat the creation and to give you a new form on Yawm al-Qiyamah. Fa'aminu billah. So the open message for people is to believe in Allah and in his messenger, and the light which we have sent down. This light refers to none other than the Quran. And Allah, with what you do, is all aware. Yawm, the day he will assemble you all together for a day of assembly. Yawmil Jami, exactly the word of Jummah has been used, where just like you assemble on a Jummah prayer, similarly all of the entire humanity will be assembled on a day of Jami, the day of assembly. It's also in another name for Yawm al-Akhirah. It is a day Taghaabun. It is a day of mutual loss and gain. And whoever believes in Allah and does righteous deeds, he will remove from him his misdeeds, his sins, you can say sayyatihi, his sins, and he will admit him to gardens flowing from beneath it the rivers, will abide forever in it. That is the success supreme. That is for the people who have believed. But on the contrary, people who have disbelieved and denied in our verses, and those will become the companions of the fire. They would abide forever in it, and very evil or wretched is their destination. Ma sabah min musibat, and not befalls, not strikes any disaster except with the permission of Allah. Be the disaster that happens to an individual or to a society or to a city or to a country altogether. Everything that is happening is as per the plan of Allah and as per the permission from Allah, and whoever believes in it and whoever believes ahdi qalbah. This is something to strengthen our heart, that if the calamity has reached us, a problem has striked us, and Allah will also give solution to it. And He guides his heart. Allah of everything is all knower. Fatihullah. And so obey Allah and obey the messenger. But if you turn away, then the responsibility of a messenger is only to convey, not to compel anybody. Then only upon a messenger is to convey clearly. Allah, there is no God except Him, and upon Allah let put trust the believers. Now towards the final verses of this surah, here Allah gives some more tips for the believers. Just like the earlier surah ended up with, "O those who believe," and address for the believers. Similarly, here Allah addressed the believers and says, "Verily, there are from your spouses and from your children, adullan." Allah calls them, there are some people where the very same family and their spouse and wife becomes enemies to you. This is revealed at a time when some of the Sahabas have embraced Islam, but their families have not embraced. Their families, be it the wife or the children, were compelling the Sahabas to leave Islam. And that is the situation at which this has been revealed. And this is also equally applicable today, where a person strives hard to practice Islam, but his family is not allowing. Even it happens today. People at family members, just to lead a comfortable luxury life, they are pressing upon their husbands or the gents to go beyond limits, to earn haram way, and they don't consider anything seriously about Islam. And for such people, Allah says they are enemy to you. So what to do with them? There are some who are enemy to you. So Allah gives 3-point formula. It's not to break relationship, but be aware of them. Just check the points that they say. If it is matching with Islam, you will follow. If it is not matching with Islam, you will not follow their suggestions. That's what Allah said. So beware of them. Be cautious about them. But if you pardon them, and Allah is asking you to overlook their mistake and forgive, then verily Allah is all forgiving and most merciful. Just like a family is, Allah calls them as enemies, here Allah says they are a trial to you. It's a test. Even if Allah gives, even that is a test. If Allah gives, Allah is testing whether you are spending it as per the instruction of Allah, or sharing it with the have-nots. Even if He withholds, if He doesn't give, then He's testing whether you are remaining patient and still grateful to Allah. So that's a test. That's what Allah says. Only your wealth and your children are a trial, while near Allah is a reward great. Fattaqullah. So what has to be done? So fear Allah as much as you can, and to the highest of capability, put in your best efforts to fear Him, and listen and obey and spend the best or the better for our souls. Then whoever is saved from the greediness of his soul, فَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمُ الْمُفْلِحُونَ, then those, they are the successful ones. If you lend a loan to Allah, qarad hasana, a loan good, He will multiply it to you, for you, and will forgive you for you. Allah is most appreciative, most forbearing, and He is the knower of the unseen and the seen, the Almighty always.